welcome to this explainer. Okay, I want you to just close your eyes for a second. Imagine the gentle rocking of a Shahir ferry right at dawn. You can actually feel the crisp air, hear the distant waking sounds of the city, and see those seagulls hovering just above the shimmering water. Today, we're taking a deeply unhurried documentary-style journey. We're going to capture the absolute true essence of Istanbul right from the water. So it really makes you wonder, how do you read a city's history? I mean, you could visit a museum, sure, but honestly, the easiest, most authentic way to understand Istanbul's massive growth, its shifting eras, and just its sprawling geography is to simply glide along the Bosphorus Strait. This is that magical waterway where the European and Asian continents quietly face each other. And as you ride, the city's story literally unfolds right before your eyes. All right, Section 1, Gliding the City Lines. We're looking at the practical magic of a public ferry network that's been moving locals around since 1851. It is absolutely the backbone of Istanbul's daily life. Now, to actually unlock this maritime network, your essential first step is grabbing an Istanbul card. The blank card itself is going to run you about 130 Turkish lira. Once you load it up with some funds, you literally just tap it at a turnstile at one of the major piers, like Eminönü or Karaköy, and boom, you're immediately ready to board one of those iconic white and orange passenger vessels. And here's where it gets really interesting. If you compare the budget-friendly public ferry to those expensive private cruises, the difference is wild. A public ride, that might cost you roughly $1.50 to $4. A private cruise, on the other hand, can easily run $35 to $90 or more. But it's not even just about the budget. The public Shahir ferries give you this wonderfully authentic, daily local commuter vibe. It just goes to show that sometimes the absolute cheapest ride offers the purest, most immersive experience. Moving on to Section 2, Rituals on the Deck. The second that ferry pulls away from the dock, I promise you, the whole atmosphere shifts. The mechanical noise of the city just fades away, and the deeply sensory, human elements of the journey start unfolding all around you. It's all about building the perfect maritime ritual. Step 1. Buy a sesame-crusted simit from a street vendor right at the pier before you get on. Step 2. Go grab a small, tulip-shaped glass of black tea from the onboard cafe. And Step 3. This is crucial. Brave the Bosphorus breeze to feed pieces of your simit to the sassy seagulls trailing the boat's wake. It is a legendary Istanbul tradition. There's actually a local saying that hits the nail on the head here. If you want to feel like you belong, buy tea and stand outside. It changes the ride. Sitting inside is perfectly fine, but standing out on that upper deck is how you fully absorb the sights, listen to commuters chatting, and really feel the physical texture of the sea spray on your face. Which brings us to Section 3, Palaces, Fortresses, and Shores. As you travel north, these sweeping panoramic views slowly reveal themselves. You get these magnificent water-level perspectives of sheer architectural marvels, like the Dolmabahce Palace and the Turkiye Mosque. And what's amazing is how the shoreline tracks the layered timeline of the strait. It's like a giant puzzle. You've got ancient outposts like the Byzantine Eros Castle, built way back in the 1100s, which the Genoese later used for customs in 1352. Then, fast forward a bit, and you see imposing Ottoman strongholds like Rumeli Hisari in 1452, leading all the way up to the dawn of modern commuting with the creation of the Ferry Company in 1851. Oh, and speaking of Rumeli Hisari, you have to hear this. It's a massive fortress built by Sultan Mehmet the Conqueror in an unbelievable 4 months. 4 months! How did they pull that off so fast? Well, the Sultan actually pitted his top generals against each other in this fierce competition, basically daring them to see who could complete their tower first. It was literally the ultimate high-stakes architectural race. All right, Section 4, the long cruise north. If you really want to absorb the geography, this 6-hour tour is the ultimate unhurried journey through the strait's northern reaches. The whole point of this specific route is your destination, Anadolu Kavaga. It's this sleepy little fishing village right on the northern edge of the Asian side, exactly where the Bosphorus opens up into the vast Black Sea. As you pull in, it's wild. The crowded, bustling city skyline completely gives way to these quiet coves and wide stretches of beautiful, dense forest. Now, when you dock at Anadolu Kava, you've got about 3 hours of free time, and I have an amazing local culinary tip for you. If you're dining at one of the waterfront restaurants, tell the waiter, "Az pisin." It basically translates to undercook it. I know that sounds weird, but it's the absolute essential command to make sure you're enjoying the fish at its absolute freshest before you go hike off the meal. And trust me, you'll definitely want to hike after that lunch. Exploring Euro's castle is super straightforward. It's a short 1.3 kilometer, maybe 20-minute walk up a steep but really well-marked path. Once you get up there, walk over to the north side for these incredible views of the ultra-modern Yavuz Sultan Selim Bridge. Then check out the back for sweeping panoramas of the village down below. Oh, and if you look really closely inside the towers, you can actually spot the ancient Byzantine Palaiologos crest. It's this gorgeous spot where deep antiquity perfectly meets modern engineering. Let's look at Section 5, Sailing into the Sunset. As you get back on the boat for the evening return, the light softens beautifully. The pace somehow feels even slower, and the ferry just glides smoothly back toward the historic peninsula. You really start to notice the contrast between the energetic clarity of a daytime voyage and the glittering magic of crossing the water at night. During the day, you get those bustling ports and perfect lighting for architectural photography, but a sunset or night cruise, it gives you this incredible, peaceful intimacy. You get glowing palace reflections and those massive bridges beautifully illuminated in vibrant colors against the dark water.
As you take it all in, I want you to keep this wonderful perspective in mind. A ferry works like a moving park bench. You sit, the view moves, you stay still. So really try to resist the urge to overplan your route or over-photograph every single site. Just put your phone down, breathe in the sea air, and let the gentle motion of the ship and that passing skyline do all the work for you. To wrap up our explainer today, I want to leave you with a final provocative thought. As we picture the ferry's wake, just disappearing into that deep blue water, ask yourself, will you just pass through Istanbul, or will you let the Bosphorus move you? I highly, highly encourage you to get out there and experience this for yourself. Thanks so much for joining me on the water today, and happy exploring.